Greetings everybody, Sanam, in the vibration of oneness. Thanks for showing up for practice today. And today's meditation is going to be focused on cooling down the psychic heat or the temperature of the mind. This simple but very effective meditative exercise also serves to cool down the physical temperature of the body. It works in a very simplistic way where we essentially create a passage of cool air over the surface of the tongue, and because the tongue is directly connected to the hypothalamus, which is one of the master glands in the brain that regulates the temperature of the body and also the kind of psychic heat or temperature of the mind. And this is a meditative practice that oftentimes in the process of yoga therapy we give to people who are trying to transform what could be considered negative habits or a negative habit. It could be anything from cigarettes to alcohol to chocolate biscuits. I mean, whatever is considered a negative habit for you, or negative thinking actually as well. It's a very effective method of kind of really cooling down the kind of craving sensation for something, someone, some idea. And it basically uses this very simple technique of curling the tongue and then breathing in long and deep so that we create this long, soothing passage of cool air over the surface of the tongue. And we breathe all the way into the top of the in-breath. Just when we get to the very top of the in-breath, we pause, let the tongue pop back inside, let the face and the shoulders completely relax with all the breath held inside. Maybe for about 4 or 5 or 6 seconds, depending on how comfortable you are with breath suspension or holding the breath. And then we exhale all the way out through the nose until there's nothing left to come out. Very small pause at the bottom, and then very slowly drawing the breath back in to the top of the in-breath. And it's important that we breathe slowly but fully. Okay? And you'll know when you're breathing slowly because there'll be kind of very little sound, almost no sound. And you mustn't be surprised by how long you can draw the breath in. And so don't cut the breath short. Be sure that you really take the full breath, and just the nuance here is just allowing the face and the shoulders to relax with all the breath held inside, and then fully releasing the breath through the nose. And to intensify the effect on the mind, we're going to use the drishti, which means we're going to focus the eyes down on the tip of the nose. And then when we get to the end, we can just let the eyes relax and just sit and enjoy the kind of deep calm and the peacefulness of the present moment that this meditation kind of really brings to the surface in our awareness. Okay, so you can take up any meditative hand gesture or hand mudra that you wish. You can either take the first finger and the thumb and just let the backs of the hands rest on the knees, or you can create the classic meditative hand mudra with the right hand supporting the left, pads of the thumbs touching as you wish, and then just let the hands rest in the lap. Very good. So let's just go for 3 rounds for this purpose of this video. But when you do the meditation yourself, you can go for 7, 9, 11 rounds, or 5, 10 minutes, depending on how you feel. You can experiment with your practice. Let's do it together a few times. Eye focus down on the tip of the nose. Sit nice and tall. Okay, shoulders down and back in the sockets. And let's curl the tongue. If you can't curl the tongue, then you just Let the tip of the tongue rest against the back of the bottom teeth. Make a tiny little slit in the lips, and then you draw the breath in very slowly through that little slit in the lips, just allowing the cool air to pass over the tongue, just in case you can't curl the tongue into a barrel. But if you can, then let's go for the classic Sheetali Pranayama, the cooling breath. Eyes focus down on the tip of the nose. Curl the tongue into the barrel if you can, and slowly draw the breath in through the tongue. Holding the breath at the top, let the face and the shoulders completely relax with all the breath held inside. And exhale all the way out through the nose. In through the curled tongue. Then just allow the eyes to close. Let the breath just regulate long and deep through the nose. And just observe the deep calm and the peace that comes from this kind of simple meditative breathing exercise. And so, there we are. It's Sheetali Pranayama, the cooling breath, and it is a way to stay cool, okay, when things get a little bit hot or spicy in your mind or in your body or in the environment where you are. So experiment with that, practice that, and I hope it serves you well, and I hope it brings you into a nice, calm, cool state of mind. I hope that it helps you to stay comfortable in the seat of your body-mind matrix. And I'll see you next time for another meditation. Sat Nam.